Hello and welcome to another Sprues and Brews unboxing. Today we're having a look at one of the new Dawnbringer boxes coming out alongside Reign of the Brute, book 2 of the Dawnbringer series from Games Workshop, and this is Trugg's Great Troggherd. So first of all, I want to say a massive thanks to Games Workshop for sending us a free review copy to have a look at. In this video we're going to be checking out the kit, having a look at all the sprues, talking a little bit about how Trugg performs in game, and then in the second half of the video hopefully we'll have these built and painted so we can show off what they look like in the flesh and do some size comparisons to some of the models in the range. So yeah, the second Dawnbringer's book is up for pre-order today alongside this box, and on the channel we've got a few other videos. We've got a video looking at the new Ironjaw releases, we've got a video looking at the new Cruel Boys Vanguard box, but yeah, in this one we're going to focus on the new Troggoth stuff because this is really cool. It's basically a new named character, the King of the Troggs, and he's got like an ancient relic on his back that activates different abilities during the game, which is pretty fun, and he's got his own special like army that you can have built just around him. So yeah, big chunky box. Seems good value too, because we get the King of the Troggs, Trugg himself, and we get 6 Rockgut Troggoths. I believe the RRP on this one is £90. So yeah, big chunky model it looks like. Obviously we'll see how big he looks in the flesh once we get him out, but I don't think this guy is much shorter than the Norn Emissary that we built recently. So yeah, very cool. And obviously you get some Rockgut Troggoths as well. If you're going for a pure Troggoth army, you're probably going to want a couple of squads of 6 of these guys anyway, so getting 6 in the box is pretty handy. You know, there's not too much stuff that you need to be able to add to your Gloomspite Gitz army to have a full Troggoth force here. So yeah, it looks really, really cool. I've not actually built any Troggoths, certainly not these new ones. I've had some of the old metal ones in the past, so even though it's an older kit, I'm kind of looking forward to building these up too and seeing how much customization are in them. But yeah, the main star of the show is going to be Trugg himself. So should we open this up and have a look what is inside? So if we pop that open and slide out the tray, we get a big chunky box full of sprues. So before we look at the instructions, we'll have a quick look at the kit now. I'll put Trugg to one side and have a quick look at the Troggoth sprue. So a lot of people have seen these before because it is an older kit now. I think it came with, wow, maybe the first Gloomspite Gitz battle tome, so we're talking a few years old now, but it's a really, really nice kit that I suspect is going to have some use in old world armies as well. Obviously Orcs and Goblins are one of the factions that are getting represented in the old world, so these probably look quite nice on square basis. So again, just a quick look at these frames because I'm sure people have seen these before. I do believe there's quite a few different ways you can build these, so if you've got multiple squads you can have quite a bit of variety on there. I think there's a fair few heads as well. So that's the old kits, and then you get 6 of those, so 2 sets of sprues. The main star of the show is Trugg though, the king of the Troggoths, and he's looking really, really cool. Really nice kit. So this guy's been asleep in a cave for a very long time, and something has fallen onto his back. A big, like, it looks like a Seraphon shrine or device or something that's fallen on there, and it's giving him a bit of a headache, but it does infuse him with various powers. And from a game mechanic, basically you roll to see which of these powers are in effect and then pick the one that you want the most out of them. So yeah, there's some cool stuff there. Like I say, at the end of the video, once we've got this built up, we'll kind of go through his rules, and we have a separate video and article going through all the stuff in the new book too. So if you are interested from a rules mechanic, check that out. Obviously in this one we're mostly looking at how the kit goes together. But yeah, he is looking very, very cool. Looking forward to getting this one built and getting some paint on it. I think colourful Troggs always work well, so I think I'm going to do some kind of purples and pinks through the airbrush and have this guy looking quite funky looking. So yeah, that's the new kit in the box. Before we jump to the future and have a look at how he goes together, what we will do is just have a look at the instructions. I don't think he's going to be too complex a kit to build because he hasn't really got that many parts. He should be fairly straightforward to do. There's no you know, customization or different options on this one. It's you know, fairly simple build by the look of things. This shrine on the back might be a little tricky with some smaller pieces, but he's got quite a lot of big chunky parts which hopefully should make him quite easy to build. So get this guy built and get some spray paint on him and airbrush him up. And then also we've got the Troggherd as well. So as you see, you've got quite a few options for the left and right half of the bodies. So even though you can have a lot of these within a full Troggherd force, you're going to be able to do a bit of variation. So the guy with the rock, there's a couple of different rocks you can do. This guy, there's not too much customization you can do, but you can always cut and repose. Just from the kind of options here, you'll be able to make each squad of them look unique, which is pretty nice. So yeah, they do look really, really nice, and it's cool to have a big centerpiece model for the Trogghers as well. So yeah, what we're going to do now is jump ahead to the future and have a look what this guy looks when he's completed. And here's a look at the completed Trugg. And I've got to say, he is such a cool model. I had loads of fun painting this guy up, from the little Troggling, I think they're called, sitting on his horns, to the kind of big kind of shrine thing on his back. He's such a fun model to work on, to the point where I think I'm probably going to do a full Troggherd now based on his Army of Renown, because they are very, very cool. He's quite a big chunky model as well, so if we get a normal Trogg next to him, you can see he's about twice the size of him. So he's not quite, you know, Mega Gargant size, and obviously a lot smaller than Be'lakor and the like, you know, without the wings and everything. But it's still a pretty big chunky model, and it's really nice to go together. There are a couple of seams on it, which if I built another one, I'd take a little bit of green stuff too on the arms, which, yeah, just be careful about that, because obviously painting this for the review, doing it quite rapidly. If I did one again, I'd take a little bit more time filling those gaps, just because they are a little bit noticeable on the arms. But other than that, he's really, really good. The little Troggling thing up here as well, that thing, there's in the Army of Renown, one of the traits you can take, I think, basically means that command points, command abilities that are used within 12 inches on a 5+, you negate them, and it still costs the command point to spend them. And from a lore point of view, it's one of these little creatures shouting at them, so you could always take him off Trugg and stick it onto you know, a dank hold Trogg boss or something to represent him with that upgrade. We'll talk about that Army of Renown a little bit as well. We have a full write-up over on spruesandbrews.com where we talk about the new Dawnbringers Book 2, all of the new kits, all of the rules for all the models in there, and the Armies of Renown in there too. But as we've got a video coming out for that, I thought I'd talk about this a little bit in this video. So basically, it's a Trogg only army for the Gloomspite Git. So everything has to have the Troggoth keyword. It also has to have the Gloomspite Git's keyword too. So basically that means that you're not allowed to take any non-Troggoth models. You're also not allowed to take any allies because they haven't got the Gloomspite Git's army. So if you wanted to take you know, a Sloggoth or something from the Cruel Boys, you wouldn't be able to if you wanted to take that specific Army of Renown, which is a bit of a shame because it is really, really cool. The benefits are pretty good. You still get your +1 save under the moon, so all your Troggoths get quite a bit better under that. In addition to that, every Troggoth in the army gets the benefit of his ley shrine on his back. So the way that works, you roll 4d6 it goes down as he takes more wounds. Basically, the more damage he takes, the less reliable that gets. But at 4 wounds, basically he gets to roll 4 dice, pick the one that he wants, and then each of those will grant a different ability. So with 4 dice, you're going to have quite a range on there that you'll be able to pick from, which is pretty cool. Obviously, as you take more damage, that gets less reliable, but honestly, most of them are pretty good. There's only one really bad one, and that is the number 1 result, where you take damage, you take some mortal wounds, so D3 mortal wounds if you roll a 1. Again, statistically, you're going to have to roll 4 ones to get that one, so it isn't too bad. On a 2, you add 1 to his attack characteristic. On a 3, you improve the rem by 1. On a 4, every time you receive a command, on a 2+, you receive a command point. So you basically get the command for free. On a 5, he can only be hit with unmodified 6s for missile weapons. So that's really good against kind of range shooty armies. And then on a 6, he gets a 5+ ward save. Now, he gets that normally, and he's like 320 points or something, which is pretty good. So he doesn't have a built-in ward save, but he has got that one potentially triggering off the shrine. If you take the Army of Renown, every Troggherd gets that ability. So that's really, really cool. You can give your entire army +1 attacks, your entire army a 5+ ward save. Yeah, they're very good. The +1 save one is really nasty as well. It means that, you know, a lot of your Trogs are hitting with Rend 3 on like your basic guys. Also, for the entire Troggherd list out of the book, all your regeneration rolls have got +1, which is pretty nice. That is with one of the upgrades for your heroes. So I think a lot of people will probably take 2 Trogg bosses on here to kind of like maximise the command traits you can get, which is pretty nice. There's also an upgrade that turns your Troggherd into a monster too, and allows them to do 2 monstrous rampages. So yeah, I can see some, you know, good things to be had here. Obviously, you're missing out on all the goblin stuff, you're missing out on any allies, but I think it's really, really good fun. I'm certainly going to be trying it out because I think that'd be really cool. So yeah, that's probably going to be my next project that I work on, a full Troggherd army using this guy, because I really enjoy painting him, especially the more kind of unusual purple scheme that I've used for him too. Quite enjoy doing that. So yeah, he is a bit of a beast. So next I'm going to be working on the Trogs out of the box as well. Even though this is an old kit, they're really nice too, because you can have a unit of 6 all look completely different, which is really, really nice. You know, there's going to be like 3 units of 6 of these in my army, so having some variety across them means that they're going to look a bit more unique on the table rather than being copy and paste. The fact you get a 6 in the box is pretty good too, and he's a big chunky model, so yeah, really, really nice box. So like I say, we've got a full write-up of the book over on spruesandbrews.com, along with pictures of all the sprues, pictures of all the kits built up, and like a full deep dive into the rules and stuff. We've also got a couple of other videos going up today alongside this. One unboxing the new Crawl Boys box, and another one covering all the brand new Uruk releases, so that'll be a fun one to check out. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this, why not give us a follow, give the video a like. We've also got an affiliate link to Element Games in the description, so basically that helps run, you know, all the website costs and stuff. We get a little bit of a kickback for everything that you buy through that. But yeah, once I've got this army built and painted, we're probably going to do an Iron Jaws versus Troggherd battle report as well, so stay tuned to YouTube for that, and the painting streams will be coming back very soon as well, so I'll probably be painting some Troggherd on that too. But yeah, until next time, have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.